Do you like Commander Keen? Do you like Metroidvanias? Then you need to play Captain Nito in the Time Nexus by Paranoid Cactus. Let's have a look. Hi, welcome to Pico Playtime, the video series where I play through some cool Pico 8 games to show to you lovely people. Today's game is called Captain Nito in the Time Nexus, and it's by the developer called Paranoid Cactus. Paranoid Cactus has been featured quite extensively on my channel. Let's have a look at some of his games that we've already covered. We've got X-Zero, an excellent run and gun platformer. We have got Lava Joe, an excellent infinite kind of scrolling platformer. We've got UFO Swamp Odyssey, one of my first videos for this channel, an excellent Metroidvania-style platformer. And today we've got Captain Nito in the Time Nexus, an excellent Metroidvania-style platform game. Paranoid Cactus has got a style, and that style is making excellent Metroidvania-style platformers. Every time I get to play a Paranoid Cactus game, I'm excited because I know I'm going to be playing something good, something quality. So, before we get into the game, normally I would dive straight into the game. Today, though, let's just run the cartridge so I can load it. There we go. I want to show you the cart. I don't usually dive into the carts that make the games run on this channel, but today is a bit of a different kind of game. I want to show you what is going on in the background. So this game was made for ToyBoxJam, which is the game jam, or one of the game jams that Tom Hall runs. This is the third one, and the idea of the jam is that you are given some sprites, sprite sheets to work with, kind of blank Pico 8 carts with the graphics already put in. And you just have to code a game using those assets. So there's no kind of art skills required. It's all about just coding a game. Really fun game jam. I took part in it this year and had a great time. Anyway, this year's start carts for the jam had some new graphics in the form of these lovely Commander Keen sprites. So this game is making use of the new sprite sheets. We've got some of the old favourites. If you've seen any game jams entries for ToyBoxJam in the past, you've probably seen these characters already. We've got the snake as well. The start carts for ToyBoxJam are really good, really cool graphics to work with. Makes the game jam a lot of fun. Anyway, I want to show you this game because it's my favourite game probably from the game jam. Really high quality. So let's give it a look. Let's read a little bit from the description then. So this is a classic platformer with Metroidvania elements. Yes, Paranoid Cactus has definitely got a thing that he knows he's good at. Time is all the jumble, and Captain Nito, not Commander Keen, Captain Nito is trapped in the middle of it. Battle enemies, solve puzzles, and find the tools you need to escape the Time Nexus and stop whoever is behind this nefarious plot. So, this is a really solid platformer game. Lovely, crisp platforming movement and mechanics. The jumping is just really nice. This game just feels great to play. Really smooth game. The music you can hear is Gruber's contribution to the game jam. Many Pico 8 carts use Gruber's music because it's so good. Anyway, what we do in this game then, we run around, we jump on enemies, we collect these, what are they called, jewels? Gems. Every 100 gems we collect gives us an extra heart, which is going to help because there are two bosses in this game and they are tricky. You are going to need the extra hearts. Well, if you're as good at the game as I am, you're definitely going to need the extra hearts. Okay, so one of the cool things that I like about this game, one of the things that made me think this needs to be in a Pico Playtime video, it's got these cool doors, okay? You think, a door? What's so exciting about that? Well, these doors are used to create some rather interesting, very simple but still very interesting puzzles. What I like to see in a Game Jam entry, and just in Pico 8 games in general, it's nice to have a mixture of familiarity and novelty. Too much novelty, too unfamiliar, and it's just makes the games kind of hard to get to grips with. Too familiar, and it's going to be a bit boring. You've got to strike a balance, and this game gives us that. We've got very familiar platforming movement, very familiar kind of sort of character designs, if you like, and sort of basic platformer mechanics. But we've got a little bit of novelty here and there. We've got these sliding block puzzles. Further in, we've got some rather cool... Oh, that was a paw win. Further in, we've got some rather cool boss battles as well. Paranoid Cactus is pretty good at boss battles. X-Zero has a great boss battle at the end of the game. Anyway, I'm going to try and show you everything up to the first boss battle, which is a kind of skull enemy. We need to collect a few power-ups before we can advance. And the advancement, is that a word? Yeah. The advancement is done in the traditional Metroidvania way. We, for example, here we encounter a switch that we can't reach. We're going to have to use our cleverness, our skills as a player to unlock it. So I need to find the red key, and that will let me climb up to open that blue switch. Yes, there is lots of key collection in this game. Now, the game, I'm pretty sure, uses Pico 8's new extended... Let's just turn the volume down a bit, because I feel like I'm shouting. The game uses Pico 8's new extended map space. In the not the latest version, but in one of the recent updates to Pico 8, there's now access to a lot more memory, which can be used, amongst other things, for a map, a bigger map. So the map in this game is a lot bigger than you would normally expect in Pico 8. Traditionally, oh look, there are secrets, I'll get to that. Traditionally, platforms in Pico 8, especially if they use the map, kind of struggle to have really big sprawling levels, and that's not the case. Now we can have absolutely enormous platforming levels. I'm not going to be able to show you all of this game because playing through the game, especially if you die as much as I do, it took me about half an hour, and that was my second or third kind of attempt at the game, or my playthrough of the game. I've realised I've got the red key and I'm just going the wrong way. So it's quite a long game. To be fair, X-Zero is quite a long game as well. It's a lot of fun though. Most Pico 8 games that you play tend to be kind of, you know, completable in about 15 or 20 minutes, so it's kind of unusual to get these longer games, but it's nice to make a change, isn't it? Anyway, you've probably noticed there that I've unlocked my first power-up, which is the ray gun, the classic Commander Keen ray gun, except this one has got infinite ammunition, which is really going to help us when we get to the bosses later on. Anyway, now I can get out of this initial area, get into the cave, which is where I got stuck the first time round. The level design is really good in this game. However, Metroidvanias, it's a knife edge when you're designing the levels in Metroidvanias. It's very, very easy to get lost in these games, isn't it? It just goes with the territory. Anyway, my first attempt playing through this game, I got hopelessly lost in this cave system and got stuck. Hopefully today that's not going to happen. So yeah, this enemy here, this knight, it doesn't damage you, but he does kind of like bump you away. We can't get past him until we've got the ray gun. So there we go, we've advanced. This is a Metroidvania, have you noticed? Anyway, now we're in the cave. More classic Gruber music here. I'm trying to collect as many of these gems as I can because I do want to be able to hopefully show you the first boss, the skull. But I'm going to need all the help I can get. So, the secrets then. This game has some lovely, lovely well-hidden secrets. I love it when platform games, or when just games in general, have kind of hidden areas and secrets. It's always fun finding them. And in this game, the secrets are kind of signposted a little bit with different tiles in the walls. So that part of my brain, which I always enjoyed finding the secret areas in Doom levels, I get to do that in this game as well, which I appreciate. So we've got a yellow switch here we need to flick. What we're trying to do in this area, there is down here, there is the red door. I believe behind that is where we get to the first boss. Before we do that though, we also need to open the blue door. I think that's the right order. So yeah, that's what I'm trying to do in this area. This is where I got stuck on my kind of first playthrough of the game. So hopefully I've kind of learned. Hopefully I've learned the route. Oh, my jumping ability is just tanked. Right, let's get into where we need to be. So we need to flick this switch. I think this is where we start to see the sliding door kind of block puzzles become more of a feature. You may have noticed there is a variety of enemies in this game. There's maybe 5 or 6 different enemies. They all behave slightly differently. That's nice to see. Again, this is a game jam entry, so you know this whole game was made in, well, the jam lasted about, was it just over 2 weeks, I think? 20 days. Here we go. So this is one of the block puzzles. They're not, like I said, nothing too taxing, but you can see, I think that's a pretty clever way of putting a kind of very simple puzzle into a platform game like this. I really appreciate that. Now this one can be quite hard if you do it in the wrong order. What I did the first time was flick the yellow switch up here and then flick the purple switch. If you do it in that order, which is wrong, it's very easy. It's a very difficult jump to kind of recover from that. I did get stuck on this bit for quite a while on my first playthrough, so you're seeing this now. This is me learning from my mistakes. Yeah. So like I say, the only kind of real criticism I can make about this game is there are a couple of parts in the level design where things get probably a lot trickier than it's meant to, if that makes sense. Testing games is difficult because if you're making the game, you can't really test the game very effectively because you know all the ins and outs of the level, you know the way through. That's why it's important to try and recruit someone who's never played your game to test it, because you will learn things, very important things, from someone who's never played your game. And yeah. Oh, a nested secret. Oh, I love it when games have multiple secrets like that. Excellent. Yeah, so I think maybe just a little bit more testing might have kind of evened out some of the bits in the levels where it's easy to get stuck. However, Paranoid Cactus does respond very well to people's feedback. I wouldn't be surprised if these little problems get ironed out. The first version of the game, which before I played it, kind of, you know, what was released like on deadline day for the jam, the bosses were much harder. They've been made easier since then. Still provide quite a challenge, I must say, but yeah, Paranoid Cactus is really good when it comes to tweaking and adjusting the games that it makes. Yeah, you cannot say these games are not polished. They are extremely polished. It's like, yeah, just the level of kind of skill and accomplishment in these games, second to none. I haven't really mentioned the graphics all that much because, yeah, these graphics, I don't know who's responsible for them. It might be Toby the Poser, it might be Tom Hall himself, I'm not sure. But yeah, these are basically just the game jam graphics. So, beautiful graphics, but it's not really, everyone had these to work with basically for the jam. So it seems a bit unfair to kind of praise the game too much for the graphics because it's not really part of the game, if that makes sense. But yeah, they are very cool though, aren't they? I do love the animation of Commander Keen. And the Knight as well. The Knight's got a really cool look to him. Right, I've got the blue key, so now I need to go back to that first area where there's the blue and the red door, and I need to go through to the next area basically. So can I find my way back? Hopefully I can, otherwise it might be a bit stuck here, mightn't we? I think this is the right way. Yeah, here we go. A cool thing to add to this game might be a mini-map. Then again, is it really, I don't know, is it really required? It's easy to get lost. Is that part of the fun? Maybe, I don't know. Your mileage may vary, I suppose. Right, so this puzzle, what do we need to do for this one? I think that one needs to stay... No, that one needs to come over. Oh, oh, that's the thing. I wish you could crouch. I think it's only really that enemy there that can hit you when you're sort of stood below him. But yeah, it would be nice if you could crouch. Am I going the right way here? Right, I think I remember what to do here. We've got kind of multiple switches to take care of here. Hey! There we go. 100 gems, more health. That's going to help in the boss battle. All I need to do is solve this puzzle for the 3rd time. I really do like these. Oh! Taking damage there. I really do like these sliding block puzzles. They're very simple, but very clever. Right, I think I remember what I have to do now. So basically, we need to get that purple block to be on the other side of the green block. There we go. Now we climb back up the way we came, and then we should be able to progress. Oh, nearly. I need to go back another time and lower that green gate back down. Really cool puzzles, these. Just simple, but just really satisfying, you know? Right, so now we can go into the... Here we go. So coming up on the first boss here. Hopefully I won't die too many times. So it would be... I would like to show you. show you the boss. The boss battles in this, they are quite hard, but they are boss battles. Aren't boss battles supposed to be quite hard? There's definitely a pattern to them. It's not unfair, you know. Well-designed bosses. I think a lot of people enjoy complaining about bosses, and it's like, well, they are supposed to be a challenge. That is the point, isn't it? Oh, so we have to go. Oh, what do we have to do now? Bring that one down. Yeah, that's what we do. Oh, I love these puzzles. So cool. Have you noticed how we've been given rather a lot of health points? That's because the next room is the boss. Okay, here we go. So we have got a classic Paranoid Cactus boss. Notice the boss has got an attack pattern. A predictable attack pattern. This is what bosses are supposed to be about, isn't it? You learn the pattern and then you can defeat it. You are going to die the first few times until you've learned how things go along. I don't want to do any spoilers either, because I'm not going to get anywhere near the end boss. But the end boss, there's a trick to it, and I really appreciate the end boss. Very good end boss in this game. Love a little bit of music there for beating the boss. So, if I was going to carry on now, we would we've got the bombs, our next power-up. So, you may have noticed in the first area there are some what look like breakable blocks. Well, they are breakable blocks. We can use the bomb to break those open. The bomb also works as an attack as well. So you might have noticed the little green enemies that were firing projectiles. Those guys, and a bit further in we get some robots as well. They're quite... you can't just sort of stand in front of them and fire, and often you don't have a lot of room to kind of get on a platform, get shots off, and then get out of the way in time. For those enemies, the bomb, really effective. So I like the way that in this game, the extra power-ups give us, you know, new ways of fighting the enemies, and make it easier as well. Going back through the first area with our bomb makes it is a lot easier the second time round, so it's good that there's a kind of power ramp, power increase in the game like that. Anyway, I don't want to take any more of your time. Go and check out the game over on itch. You can also play it in Splore. It's been uploaded to Splore now, and to be honest, by the time you watch this video, I won't be surprised if the game has been kind of added to and patched and things. Like I say, Paranoid Cactus is very conscientious when it comes to supporting his games. Anyway, go and check out this game. It's so much fun. It's such a well-made, lovely platformer game. Go and check out Paranoid Cactus's other games. He's got loads of great Pico 8 games, some of the very best on the console. Yeah, You can thank me later for the recommendation for these games. They are great. Anyway, I don't even know where I've been. I've been Pico Playtime. I don't even have a name on this channel, do I? I'm just this nameless person. Anyway, thank you for watching the video. Go and check out the links in the description, and I'll see you again very soon.